So we have 3 periods of time, 2 of which are marked between the Lord's feast days from Leviticus chapter 23, namely the 1335 days between the Feast of Trumpets and Pentecost, and the 2550 days between the Feast of Trumpets and the Feast of Atonement. This then leaves us with 215 days between the Feast of Pentecost and the Feast of Atonement. Since these periods of time occur between feast days on regular occasions except for leap months or intercalary months, the question is raised as to when we can make the 1335-day count expecting the blessed day, or as Titus 2 verse 13 calls, the blessed hope, which is the glorious appearing of the great God and our Saviour, Jesus Christ. The question is answered by the Revelation chapter 12 heavenly sign that occurs on the 23rd of September 2017, the day after the Feast of Trumpets. The arrangement of heavenly bodies on this day is a perfect match with verses 1 and 2 of Revelation chapter 12. On this day, 7 heavenly bodies are in almost perfect conjunction alongside the constellation known in Latin as Virgo, or in English as the Virgin. The moon is at her feet. She has just given birth to the king planet Jupiter. She is clothed in the sun, and there are 12 stars crowning her head. Revelation chapter 12 verses 1 and 2 says this, "And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered." Let me explain in more detail what you are looking at. The moon regularly passes through the constellation Virgo, but only once every 19 years is it at the feet of the woman. Jupiter passes through the constellation once every 12 years, but only once every 83 years does it via retrograde motion circle around in the Virgin's womb for a period of 42 weeks. The Sun moves through this constellation once every year, and the planets, Mercury, Mars and Venus, which are known as wandering stars, on rare occasions align. On this particular occasion, they are in alignment with the king star Regulus, the 9th star in the king constellation known as Leo. This particular alignment occurs only once in all of man's history. Using stargazing software, I have checked 6,200 years into the past and 1,200 years into the future, checking for the sign. During this 7,400 years, Jupiter only meets the 42-week condition just under 100 times, and on these occasions the other heavenly bodies, either the Moon or Mercury, Mars and Venus, are not present in the crown. This Revelation 12 sign is therefore very significant and is instrumental in telling us when the tribulation begins. I will speak later in regard to the parallel chronology that exists in the book of Revelation, namely from chapters 1 to 11 and then beginning again from chapters 12 to 22. Let us now return to our timeline and significant events found therein. Daniel chapter 12 verse 11, "And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that makes desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days." The abomination that makes desolate can be found on our timeline. Let's go to that now.